Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to get out and do a quick hack and squirt. What I need to do is, I have trees like this white oak right here, and there's another one right there, and there's another one right here. While I can still tell which ones of these trees are still alive, I need to get out and hack and squirt them. This tree hasn't been hacked yet, so I know that one. This one has a red band on it, and it was hacked and squirted last year, but it still has leaves on it, so I gotta hit it again. This one was hacked and squirted as well, but not real well, and you can see it's still alive. We have an oak tree right here. In the end, this will be the only tree in this area. This one and a bur oak that I planted back there, and a bur oak down on the corner down there. Oh, and this one right here, I forgot all about this. So I got to get in and hack this and those again, and a couple of the other ones. I don't necessarily need to kill every tree this year, but I do want to get the ones that are blocking these from sun, which is these three and this one here. And I got to do the same for the 3 trees that I planted along the woods over here in the pasture, the ones at the head of the ravine and in the woods on the other side of the road, and, well, the ones down in here as well. So it's just going to be kind of a quick walk with my hatchet and my squirt bottle, and I'll get these trees hacked and squirted before I lose track of which ones need to be done. Alright, let's get the stuff mixed up and head out and get this hacked. Alright, here's my squirt bottle, and here's the ingredients. It's diesel fuel. I'm going to use a red indicator dye, but you don't have to. If you do use an indicator dye, it has to be oil-based. Trichoplyr 4 and methylated seed oil. This is a surfactant, and it's for oil-based sprays. So the recipe on this is pretty simple. It's just a little glug of this stuff. I'm going to use probably about a ½ ounce. And it's got a measured pour thing on the top. And that's just to tell where you've been. I actually should have put some diesel in here first. I think I'm going to do that. Alright, now the methylated seed oil, which again is just an oil-based surfactant. I want about a tablespoon of this, and that'll do it. It's not super critical. Alright, now I'm going to fill this to about halfway right there with diesel fuel, shake it up a bit, and then I'm going to add the trichoplyr. Alright, now I'm going to shake it up, rinse it off, and I'm going to get a rubber glove on. And we'll go hack and squirt. Alright, I have my glove, a bag to put it in a little bit later. The juice is all mixed up, the bottle is rinsed off. Let's start right back there and then work our way this way. Alright, I'm going to start with this birch right here. I think this is an elm. It's nearly dead, but not quite. And then what do we have? We have a hickory right here and another birch right behind it. There's one of the trees I'm saving, that white oak there. That's another one right there. And then there's two back in here. So I'll be getting this one and that one as well. All right, hopefully this is recording all right. It's really hard to aim the camera when you have it on your head. But on this birch tree, I am really gonna hack it well, because birch trees are really, really hard to kill for some reason. And unfortunately, this is in one heck of a tangle in here. I really picked the wrong tree to film with. This is quite a difficult tree to film, but I am going to go basically all the way around this tree, and I'm going to flood the cuts with the juice, because birches are really hard to kill. It's mid-September right now, and the trees are taking back their nutrients back to the roots for the winter, and I want it to take this juice back with it, and hopefully that'll kill it. I'm going to get this tiny little one here. This actually works really well. All right, we have this hickory, which I believe, yep, it was hacked and squirted, but I'm gonna do it again, and hopefully this time it'll kill it. Doesn't seem as though any of that's alive in there, but this tree definitely has leaves on it. All right, I changed up my camera setup, and I'm about to do this hickory tree here. Not sure if you can see that well or not. All right, this has been hacked and squirted at least once before, and it's still alive. So I'm going to go around it and get it hacked really well. It appears as though it's dead underneath the bark, but there's some place where sap is getting through, and this tree is still hanging on. So let me get a real good job on this, and this will be dead next year. I don't think these earlier hacks were deep enough. I'm going pretty deep to get through this bark. All right, that should do it. Now I'm going to move over to this birch over here. It's not a birch, it's an aspen. So if you're new to the channel, what I'm doing here is restoring an oak savanna habitat. The oak savannas had these massive oaks like these, and then pretty much grassland in between them. Without fire, a bunch of weed trees grows up in between the big oaks, and they kind of choke them out. You could see the dead lower branches. That's because the tree had to grow upwards to compete with all these other trees. So what I'm doing is taking out the other trees and replanting or saving the little baby white oaks like that one and this one. And I'm also planting bur oaks at various places around the property. So this area right here is going to be completely cleared of non-oak trees. That's a black oak. There's a black oak over there. This is a white oak. That's a white oak. And the rest of this stuff right in here needs to go. And most of it is gone. It's just these couple that are hanging on. So now we have those two right there, which are blocking the oak right behind it. I'll show you the oak and we'll go get rid of these. I showed this earlier, but I don't think I did that good of a job. That oak right back there is being blocked. The sun is being blocked by this triple birch right here and by this cedar. There's also a little oak right here that was all gnarly. It was getting ready to die because this was pretty dense woods. We've killed back a whole bunch of this stuff, and right now I'm going to kill back this stuff that's blocking these oaks and a couple of the ones back there. Alright, here's what happened. I was hacking and squirting. I started right here. I got all the trees I needed to get done, and then I moved on to this stuff, and I believe I filmed a little of that, but I worked my way around and got to somewhere in there, and then I saw Cindy kind of looking over the back of the hill. I thought she was throwing the ball for the dog. Oop, got a bit of wind coming. I thought she was throwing the ball for the dog, but she was looking for me. So I heard her going around on the gator, so I went up there to see what was going on. She found a sprayer on like Facebook or something, pull behind sprayer, and we've been looking for one for some time now. So we went and picked that up on the next ridge over, and that pretty much wrapped up yesterday. So I'm back to finish this job today. It is really windy and it's actually raining right now, but I got to get it done. So I'm going to go get my stuff. I'm going to do one more tree back here, right over here, and then I'm going to move along to the trees along the pasture, and I'll just hack and squirt them and show you what I did afterwards. Alright, I got all three of these pasture trees, the ones at the edge of the woods. I got all of these hacked and squirted. The very first one, there's not a huge amount I can do because south of the tree is the neighbor's land. I hacked and squirted pretty good on that next one, and then that leaves us with this one, and I hacked and squirted this stand right here. This is almost completely dead. There's just a few leaves on it, so this will not come back next year. This one did just fine this year, even though it was hacked and squirted last year. So this will probably kill it though this year. I did a really good job on them. Last year I did a whole lot of trees and I didn't do the best job in the world on them. This year I'm taking out specific trees that are shading my little bur oaks. So I got that one, which is south of the tree. I got this one right here and all that little stuff back in there. These, again, were hacked and squirted last year, but they didn't completely die. These hickories are really tough, as are the aspens, and there's a couple other things that are pretty darn tough. You can see I got that one as well, that birch. So this will get nearly full sun. I mean, it's got all these trees behind it. So it's going to get, I don't know, maybe 8 hours of sun during the summer. And that should be fine. As things progress here, most of these trees are going to go as well. This tree will be the only tree besides the bigger bur oaks. This will be the only tree between here and Bigfoot. Bigfoot's that really big white oak right behind this cedar there. Yeah, there's no way you're going to be able to see it. But all of this garbage is coming out. This is all weed trees. So this will be standing alone at some point. Alright, I have a dribble of this stuff left. I'll show you what I got left. That's how much I have left, and then I have a little bit of the ingredients left. What I'm going to do is go hack and squirt the birches right behind the shed, and I'll show you the technique there. Alright, I'm in a little bit of a break in the wind. I came to film the trees right behind the shed, this little cluster of birches here. I hacked and squirted this stuff 2 years ago, and I really did a minimal job, and I got to get back in here and finish it up. A couple of them are dead, some even fell. I got to get all this stuff cut up next year. But as soon as I turned on the camera before, a huge wind came up, and a branch broke off of there and landed right on the fence. Luckily I was here to see it, so I can get that off. And we have a droopy fence right here that the girls are going to have to come and fix. They could just walk right over that. There's a ravine right on the other side. That's probably the only thing that's kept them from going through there. Alright, let's get to it. I'll show you the hack and squirt method on this tree right here, and then I'm going to go around and use up the rest of that juice. Alright, you can see my previous hack and squirt attempts, and oh, this tree's dead. It's got mushrooms on it. Alright, we'll go to that next one over there. What you want to do I've tried it with just one hack, but some of these trees just don't do well with one hack. You want to get access to the cambium layer, which is just under the bark, but you also, if possible, you want a flap that's going to hold as much juice as possible. And the squirt, I've seen websites where they say one squirt from this is enough for one hack. It's not, especially on birch trees. Maybe some trees are that way, but I try to get as much in the cut as it'll hold without dripping off, and that way you're probably going to kill the tree. One last thing I need to point out. You can see that this part of the tree is dead. It's got mushrooms on it, but yet it's got leaves up there. The tree is still alive. When I start hacking into it, this part is dead. You can see the dead wood right here. So what I do is go around the tree and just make some hacks in it until I find an area with nice shiny wood underneath, and then that's where I hack it. So I hacked this one there and over here. I ran out of fluid, but that's going to do it on this tree. It's just got a little bit of juice going up through it, and that'll stop it. So that should be it for this little stand of birches here. We got to get rid of these and cut them off flush with the ground so we can get in here and cut next year. We also need to clean up that far corner of this pasture as well. With 4 horses, they go through a lot of food. So we got to get this pasture in shape. So if you want to see that happen, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comments section below. And if you give the video a like and or share it, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.